Well, good morning. It is Monday, August 10th, and we are so glad you decided to share your morning with us, right, Clyde?
Yes, we are absolutely glad we made it through another weekend. Whew, it was a close call there for a minute, Mona, but we made it.
We sure did. You know what? I had a really good weekend this weekend.
That's
But
good.
the thing that really stood out for me is that I saw something on my porch, and I thought it was a piece of trash. And so I opened up my door and looked at it, and it was a praying mantis.
Ah.
And I had not seen a praying mantis, outside since I was a kid. And it was just sitting on my porch, and it was so beautiful. And
Wait.
just said,
Hold on. You said it was beautiful, so that means you did not jump back 5 feet.
You know what? When I told my family and friends about it, that was the first thing they said. How did you get close enough for a picture without screaming?
We know you.
I was so fascinated by the color and just by the bug itself. I forgot to be scared, Clyde. I forgot to be scared.
Wow.
And but it was just really cool, and it is still on my porch today. And I say it's a reminder for me to be to pray without ceasing, and I just thought it was fascinating. So that was a highlight of my weekend.
Knowing you as I do, it's a wonder you haven't charged rent.
Now that's an idea.
See, I knew it. I knew it. Well, later on this morning on our show, we're going to help you rejuvenate your skin, recycle your computer, and retire with some peace of mind. But we start with a trendy new way to redecorate. Yes, indeed, if you are looking for the perfect vintage piece for the inside or outside of your home, there's one place to find it: Charm at the Farm. The vintage market is back with more vendors and more fabulous finds. And here to bring us up to date right now is Amy Doyle. She's the co-owner of Charm at the Farm. Amy, thanks so much for talking to us today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Give us a little background, if you will, on the farm itself and what kind of experience people will have when they go to see the market.
Okay, so we are actually into our 4th season at Charm at the Farm. This August show will actually be our 10th show, and it's the first of 2020. So we didn't end up having our June show due to COVID, but we're super excited about welcoming everybody out to the farm here for our August show. We have over 100 plus vendors that are also very excited to be able to set up and to sell all of the things that they've been either building or repurposing. We will have lots of handmade, again, like I said, repurposed vintage items there that honestly you won't even know that you need until you see it.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask you about with all of those artisans who are contributing there. What are some of the things that people might expect to find at Charm at the Farm?
So in August, what's awesome is that vendors will be bringing a lot of fall decor. So you will be able to get a real boost on all of the fall decor for your home, both inside and outside. Nice refresh for all of that for your home.
Okay, and another feature of this year is that you have an expanded variety of food trucks that will be on scene too, right?
Yes, we did. We added more food trucks, so we will have as far as drinks go, we'll have lemonade, we'll have coffee, we will have juices. We'll also have lots of different food, popsicles, ice cream, all of that. Since it is still August, it will still be warm, so all of that will still be wonderful to have.
Okay, you and I were talking earlier, and there are what could be considered refreshed or refurbished items and some that are newer in nature. What's the more popular?
Honestly, I think it just is up to what your space needs and what you particularly like. I mean, if you have a family heirloom, like let's say a dining table that you just want to refresh, we have vendors that can do that for you. If you are very particular about wanting something new, we have vendors that can create tables and coffee tables, dining tables for you. It just depends on what you need, but both of those are great options.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, of course, we are operating in a time of pandemic, and so you've got some guidelines for people who are coming out, right?
Yes, yes. So again, we are an completely outdoor market, but we are following the guidelines given by the governor and by the health department in regards to COVID. So we have all of that listed, in regards to the masks and the social distancing. We have all of those guidelines listed on our website under the Staying Safe tab. But we will also have hand sanitizer available. The vendors will have that available as well. We will also be taking temp checks of our vendors and staff as well, during the market. So we're doing everything that we can. The guidelines that we've been given, we are following in regards to making sure that we can have a fun and safe market for everybody.
And right quick, just about out of time, but how can people get tickets?
So charmatthefarm.com. So we are doing contactless entry, which what that means is that tickets will need to be purchased online. So we've got 3 different kinds of tickets: VIP, early bird, and general admission. All of that information as far as pricing and what is included in that ticket can be found on our website at charmatthefarm.com.
All right, Amy, we appreciate you stopping by to talk to us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Retirement is a common topic of conversation, and there are always so many questions. You know what? At least I know, but amongst me and my friends, we're always talking about retirement. So when should I retire? Can I afford to retire early? How much money do I need to save in order to be comfortable? Well, today we hope to answer some of these questions. And of course, who would we go to other than our financial guru and president of Game Time Budgeting, Al Riddick? Always good to have you here, Al.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so I'm just taking all this information in because I am at that age where retirement is on my tongue all the time. So what are 2 or 3 discussion topics that people need to know about when they're thinking about retirement?
When you're thinking about retirement, first you need to ask yourself one quick question.
Okay.
How much money do I have right now in my nest egg?
Good question.
And after that, how much money do I need to provide a certain level of income by the time I do want to retire? Then you have to start thinking about, if I live in this humongous home, do I really need to stay in this home during my glory years? Because it might take a lot of effort and energy to clean it.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I always tell people, please visualize what you want your retirement life to look like. Start at the end and let's work backwards so that we can put together a plan so you can accomplish some of those dreams and goals that you have for yourself.
All right, so once I start thinking about it, how do I make those calculations? What calculations do I need to make to see if I have enough money and how much I'm going to need in retirement?
Exactly. These are just a couple of general guidelines. One of the things that you might want to do is something called the rule of multiply by 25. So when you look at your expenses today, multiply that number by 25, and that will give you an approximation of how much money you might want to have in retirement to be able to support your lifestyle by the time you do retire. Now, another rule.
Okay, you're depressing me. You're depressing me, Al, but go ahead.
And I don't mean to do that, Mona. Another thing to keep in mind as well, and this is just a general rule, but by the time you reach age 50, it's recommended that you have at least 6 times your annual salary in retirement. But by the time you reach age 67, it's recommended that you have at least 10 times your annual salary, because keep in mind, this money will give you about 45% of your pre-tax and pre-retirement income during retirement. And this is just one retirement fund, so to speak.
That's right. All right, so for people who may not have saved all that they need to save at this point, it's not too late, right?
It's never too late. And the good part about being at least 50 years old, the government is actually going to do you a favor, believe it or not, Mona. So if you invested in, let's say, a traditional 401k or maybe like a 403b, if you work for a school system or a nonprofit, for example, you can actually save an extra $5,000 towards your retirement. But keep in mind, in order to save that extra $1,000, obviously we're going to have to do some adjustments on the other end to make sure that your lifestyle is at a point where you can take that additional decrease in your net income by contributing more to your future retirement life.
All right, so tell people how to get in touch with you.
Yes, my website address is gametimebudgeting.com, or you can reach me on the telephone at 513-813-3275.
Oh, you're always full of great information. Thanks for coming on. We
Thank you so much.
Clyde.
This summer, whether you're out and about with friends or staying in while video chatting with your loved ones, imagine how amazed they'll be to see you go from tired to terrific. And whether you have puffy under-eye bags or if you have signs of aging, we have got the perfect solution for you. Plexiderm is what I'm talking about, and Casey Messer is here now to tell you more about it and their new 10-minute challenge for you. Casey, thanks so much for talking to us today. Let's dive right in. What is the 10-minute challenge?
You got it, Clyde. Yes, 10 minutes is all I'm asking. I know it can be an eternity to some people, but you apply a little bit of Plexiderm to that clean, dry face. It goes to work in just minutes, but we say the challenging part is to wait the full 10 minutes to get the full effect, and you can be wrinkle-free and refreshed just for the day. So it's pretty amazing, and it's remarkable that it comes in this tiny little package.
As some of us are getting back to our normal routine, kind of looks like wearing a mask will be a part of our daily outfits, but that isn't necessarily keeping people from talking about the Plexiderm effect, right?
Okay, so that Plexiderm effect is, I say don't even look in the mirror. Once you apply it, you apply just a little bit under eye bags, the forehead, the crow's feet, and then you wait the 10 minutes, and then it's seeing yourself in the mirror for the very first time. You know, people are amazed. They're always shocked. They say, gosh, these little videos, these before and afters, they have to be doctored up or photoshopped. And guys, no, these are real results, real people. And what I love too, Clyde, the fellas get on board. When I was traveling the country, I had a male host in one of the markets tell me, Casey, I use Plexiderm for my under eye bags anytime I'm on television. So guys, you can get on board with it too.
Does this work with makeup?
You can totally use this with makeup. So apply a little bit of Plexiderm to that clean, dry face. Wait the full 10 minutes. You're going to see the effects go to work in just minutes, but do wait the full 10 minutes. Then be very gentle as you do apply it. Oil-free moisturizer and makeup, it works with it best. A lot of people tell me, Casey, once I use my Plexiderm, I don't have to use that much makeup. You know, so it's a win-win. You're using less product and you're solving, you know, those deep wrinkles, because people are always amazed when they see themselves for the first time. And at this special, I know we've been doing Plexiderm for a while now. For just $14.95, you guys get to try it for, you know, pennies, it seems like.
Okay, so you've got a great deal going on right now. Tell us all about that and how people can get Plexiderm.
I've never seen it this low before, so it's just $14.95 for this great little trial pack. It comes with these 6 little pods. One pod is great to use for the under eyes, so you've got multiple chances to try it out. For $14.95, it's free shipping. The best way to take advantage of this deal is to call the 1-800 number, and then we have more tips and tricks on our website. It's plexidermtrial.com. But we say at this price, get one for you and your best friend.
Casey, so good to have you. Thanks so much for talking to us today.
Thank you, guys. Happy summer.
We have a lot more ahead, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sure, it's easy to stop by a big grocery store and pick up some mass-produced bread in a bag, but a Northern Kentucky bakery has found a better way to bake, a way that supports local farmers in our community and gives you nothing but the purest flavors. And here now to talk with us about that is Kate Nyes, the owner of North-South Baking Company. Kate, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So what is North-South's mission?
North-South's mission is focused on artisan baked goods through utilizing local produce, especially during the best season of the year, the summer, and we do a lot of sourdough bread as well. Sure. We like to build a bridge between the community and local farms through our baking.
Well, so what do you find what do you find the value is to locally sourced food?
The flavor especially is completely different when you get your blueberries or your cherries or anything locally sourced, and the produce, everything is just so much fresher, right. so much better.
So this is National Blueberry Muffin Day, and you've got some blueberry related items here, and I think you're going to slice into that just briefly, but tell us about this one.
So I have local blueberries that we've sourced through the Kentucky Blueberry Association. This is a blueberry lemon cruffin. So it has a blueberry glaze and then a lemon curd filling. So we make all of our fillings.
That sounds good.
All of our fillings, all of our doughs, every part of everything we make in-house. Do all the lamination. It's quite the quite the feat on a Monday when we set up about 900 croissants.
Sure. I'll bet it is.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier about Cruffins, and you brought some with
Yeah.
us. So would you show us a Cruffin and tell us what makes it a Cruffin?
Okay, so Cruffins are these pastries. We do quite a few flavors. We like to fill them. This one has like a local apple butter we made from McGlasson's apples. Inside, that's our apple pie Cruffin. We have a cherry almond. The classic is the sugar Cruffin. So it's croissant pastry.
Which one is the sugar Cruffin?
These guys.
Okay, yeah, all right.
It's a croissant pastry that's rolled up and baked in a muffin tin and then sugared, so it's light and flaky and sweet. It's a great canvas for all of our fillings and toppings that highlight local seasonal
And
flavors.
these are some of your most popular, right? The
Yes,
Cruffins.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how folks can find your location and find out more about you.
Our website is northsouthbaking.com. Facebook and Instagram is also North South Baking.
Kate, thank you so much for being here with
Oh,
us.
thank you.
Well, for many people, owning a home is the biggest investment they'll ever make, which is why it's so important to protect it. And joining us right now is Mina Starsiak Hawk, host of the wildly popular show Good Bones. And it is in its 5th season on HGTV. Mina, I got to ask you right out the box, how did you come up with that name for the show?
Unfortunately, we did not get to pick it. The network does that. But I think the idea is people want a home with good bones. Ours don't have them when we start by any means, but we put them back into them before we have new homeowners. So it's kind of a funny title for us.
It is a funny title, but tell us, how do you protect those good bones?
I think the most important thing is doing your due diligence, whether you're buying a home to live in, buying an investment property, or just maintaining the home you're in. It's getting information. I think a lot of people tend to maybe want to put their head in the sand about projects that aren't as exciting. It's not renovating your kitchen. It's not a new bathroom or a cool deck. It's termites. And the problem is when they cause damage, by the time it's noticed, it's very significant and very costly. So if you're not managing the important mechanicals and supporting functions of your home, like plumbing, electrical, HVAC, framing, and foundation, and the framing one is what the termites really affect. It doesn't matter what you do with the pretty things, because you're going to renovate your bathroom and it's going to fall through the floor because the termites ate the floor. So just kind of managing that stuff first is really important.
Talk to us a little bit about why termites, when they're active, when are they most active?
They're actually active year-round. There's different kinds of termites that are more or less active in different parts of the country throughout the year, but it's year-long that they scurry around and do all kinds of damage. It's $5 billion a year in property damage in over 600,000 homes, so they kind of cover the gamut all year long.
So, oh yeah, that's why getting that inspection is so super important, it sounds like. So tell me about, what do we look for if we think we might have an infestation?
If you think you might have one, you're probably a little late, which is why the preventative maintenance is so important. The assessment through Terminex is free, so there's no cost there, so no harm in getting it. Because if you think you might have one, it's probably what's underlying is much more significant. Some things you can do to help prevent one, paired with a good preventative maintenance plan, like the bait traps or something like that, is make sure your outside is not in contact with the soil. So where you have wood on your house, you want a gap between that wood and any plants, mulch, grass, anything like that. So around the perimeter of your house, you want to be able to see your foundation, whether it's your block, your brick, or your concrete pour. That should be accessible. You shouldn't have a trim board sitting directly on your grass, because that creates a perfect environment for some of the kinds of termites to get in and then just cause mayhem.
Wow, really good information, Mina. Where can people go for more information?
Terminex.com, it's super easy. All the information you could ever want's on there, and you can get your assessment set up for free.
All right, thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you, Mona. We'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of that break. Plus, Cincy Lifestyle has some full episodes of the show up for you to check out on YouTube. That's where you'll find fun segments you've never seen before. You can also watch your favorites again and again. We invite you to subscribe now on youtube.com/Cincy Lifestyle. Stick around, we'll be right back. Quick look outside right now. Hey, remember the heat wave? Well, it's back. Upper 80s today, partly sunny skies and muggy. Might be some rain pop up in a few places, so be advised, Mona.
Thanks, Clyde. I will be. And you know what? Coming up tomorrow, we're going to get rid of those rainy blues because the Black Family Reunion is back and it's gone virtual. But you'll still have to experience the speakers, a job fair, and a very special concert. The reunion organizers will be here to tell us all about it, and you don't want to miss that.
And you, let me start that over again in English. Plus, did you play with Star Wars toys growing up? Well, if so, we'll introduce you to the man responsible for taking photos of those toys and creating box art for those toys. And guess what? He lives right here in the tri-state. We've got all that and a whole lot more happening tomorrow right here on Cincy Lifestyle. Mona, right quick,
That
make
sounds
sure you
good.
get out. Yep, make sure you get out and take some more photos of that praying mantis.
I will. I just love him. It's like I have a pet now, Clyde.
Oh, wow. Well, that's Cincy Lifestyle for this Monday, August the 10th. Remember, we always invite you to check us out online and here on the air and connect with us, if you please. But whatever you do, enjoy this region and make it a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.